Do you want to forget that person who once meant so much to you? Or do you simply want to remove them from your life forever, but feel like you can't and find yourself stuck in that situation, constantly thinking about them? I have to tell you that you're not the first in this situation, and I was in it some time ago as well. I can tell you by way of introduction that you are facing a great opportunity for change. If you apply everything you see in this video, you will completely rebirth. You will not only forget that person, but you will also become a new you.
Improving to a point you can't even imagine right now and adding a plus to your life, a characteristic, a little secret that very few people know, which I'll say at the end of the video. Because yes, a year ago I was you, looking for this content, hoping to find that message that would help me in my situation and motivate me to forget someone. In this video, I'm going to say all my experience, hoping that what you see in this video adds some value to your life and is what you are looking for. So, let's not waste any more time and get started. Step 1: forget someone. The first super important step you need to follow if you want to forget someone is not to let the drama define who you are. I'm going to say my story because I believe it can help you see that you're not the only person who has gone through a sentimental situation like this. About 3 or 4 years ago, I met someone very special to me, a girl with whom I really connected on a very deep level. The problem was that this girl was in a relationship, and despite everything I had told myself about never being with someone in a relationship, we both felt so much at the moment, and the connection was so incredible that we didn't care. We kept seeing each other for a while, and obviously, when this happens, you fall in love, which is what happened to me. But the girl didn't want to be with me, obviously. What she didn't get from her partner, she got from me. However, she didn't give me a serious relationship, which at the time I wouldn't have minded having with her. I saw that things weren't progressing, but I couldn't forget her. I wanted to see her constantly, and it wasn't until a year ago that I ended it. At the end of the video, I'll tell you what happened with this relationship and this girl. If I told you now, you wouldn't believe me. As I said at the beginning, you are at a turning point in your life, and that's how you should start thinking. However, you must not let those thoughts, every time you think about that person or your story with them, define who you are. I have to tell you something very important. You are someone entirely different from that story. Although I really believe that what happens in the world is not what's important, but rather how you handle it in your mind, I do think that if you are in a similar situation and want to forget someone, it's because there are certain facts that make that relationship between you and that person not work out. I encourage you to focus on the facts this time. Although it's hard, you need to look at what is happening with that person, and the fact is that you don't work together, or that person doesn't want anything with you. You need to see that they don't want anything, or as it was in my case, that person is in another relationship. These 3 things have in common that they are facts. No matter how much you have in your mind that you want that idyllic relationship with that person. What is really important and what can help you unlock this situation is to focus on the facts. Look at what is actually happening with that person and what is preventing the relationship from moving forward, or the main reason why you want to move on and stop seeing them. Often, we have an idea in our heads of how we want the relationship to be, but the reality is that we've been stuck for months or years in a relationship with someone that isn't progressing and won't progress. Focusing on the facts will help you more than you can imagine because it will make you address the reality, and this will allow you to do something crucial: accept the situation. Accept the situation of being stuck and not moving forward, and if you accept this, you are ready to move on. A little trick related to this that I will give you is to avoid living in the pain. Avoid watching romantic movies or listening to songs that only bring out that pain inside you. Constantly thinking about that person and repeatedly triggering that situation activates what is known as a pain body within you. In point 3, we will delve much deeper into this. What I want to make clear here is that the drama does not define who you are. You are someone entirely different. Identify just enough with that story, but don't let it define who you really are as a person. Second trick, take care of your body. Step 2: to forget someone. Many people neglect their bodies when they are in a relationship to levels that would surprise us. So, a super key piece of advice is that the moment you want to forget someone is the perfect time to start training. Building strength in your body will help you become mentally strong. Although, as we will see in point 3, I believe in building a strong mind based on positive affirmations in your life. I also believe that building a strong body will give you natural, bulletproof confidence. Additionally, as I mentioned in the video on how to be stronger, if you practice strength training, you will understand that all the stress caused by dramatic situations in your life limits your physical progress. All the stress caused by a dramatic situation limits your ability to build a dream body. Even though I don't think it's the most important point, I believe it's something worth mentioning. Keep in mind that working on yourself and your body helps you overcome any obstacle in your life, including wanting to forget someone. Point 3. Take care of your mind and intellect. This is crucial when you want to leave behind a painful romantic relationship. At this point, it's essential to understand what the pain body is. It's a concept coined by Eckhart Tolle. It's a little voice that we all have, and I include myself because we all have this pain body within us. At certain moments in life, it tells us negative things. In a painful situation, it gets activated and makes you keep thinking about it. The sole purpose of the pain body is to prevent you from being present in the current moment, stopping you from living your life and avoiding the present moment. I am not telling you to kill the pain body because it can't be done, but I believe it's crucial that when that little voice inside your head surfaces again, making you think once more about that person you want to quickly forget, you understand that it has nothing to do with the current moment of your life. It's a voice from the past and has nothing to do with who you are now. If you're interested in this point, I recommend reading Eckhart Tolle, as I'm convinced it will help you understand this. It is something you can do to prevent that voice from arising in your head. Use presence to understand that the only important moment is now, the only moment you can control. Everything that happened with that person doesn't belong to the now and is something you can discard at this moment. Step 3. To forget someone, something important, and speaking of reading, is to work on your intellect. I encourage you to do something super interesting that I mentioned to my friend, Ujalar, which is to redefine the concept of learning. We often perceive it negatively because of school, but reading books and having a hunger for learning is completely key at this point in your life. And although it may not have a direct connection to how to forget someone, it's incredibly important for improving your intelligence, which will enhance both your personal and professional life. These are things that, as we'll see in the next point, are crucial for overcoming this situation because an interesting, attractive, curious mind is one of the most valuable assets you can have. Next point, reclaim that extraordinary life you deserve, and we'll divide this point into 2 parts. The first is to take care of your social circle. Another thing that happens when you're in a relationship, or at least tends to happen, is that you tend to neglect your social circle, your lifelong friends, the people who never let you down. Reconnect with that social circle, organize something with them. You don't need to throw the party of the century, a champagne party, or invite the whole bar for a round. We cover all of this on Hexalif Style, but not in this case. You can arrange something more intimate like a barbecue, catch up with each other, but revive your social life. You might think that material things aren't as important as people. If that's the case, lead by example and occasionally ask how the important people in your life are doing. So, don't hesitate now and then to send a message asking how things are. You don't need a reason to ask, just do it to maintain contact and keep the flame of that social circle alive, which you should always nurture. The second point is, I understand that your natural state is to have that extraordinary life, and that the unnatural state is to be in that state of sadness or anxiety that you might be feeling now. Your natural state, your destiny, is to have a brilliant and incredible life. Just let it be. Some short-term things that can help you in a moment like this are working on yourself, and even though it might seem silly, it works really well. Take a day to go shopping for clothes or get a haircut, just focus on yourself or your body. Invest in yourself, even if it seems trivial, a day spent on these things can be more productive than you imagine. However, I recommend long-term plans. To pick up your dreams again, to resume that project. The most incredible thing for an extraordinary life is being able to monetize your passion, to live your dream. This is a point we constantly emphasize in Hexalif Style and will continue to address in future videos. You won't want to miss any, so subscribe and hit the bell icon. A little spam doesn't hurt here. In summary, guys, the 4 points: don't let the drama define who you are. Understand that you are someone different from the story you had with that person, an amazing individual who deserves to thrive again. Take care of your physique and work on your body because this is the best moment to restart your training. Nurture your mind and intellect. Learn to control the pain body by constantly affirming positive statements. Your inner voice is crucial. Read a bit, This will also cultivate your intellect. Reclaim the extraordinary life you deserve, which is your natural state. As for that person you want to forget, if they are extremely toxic, remove them from your life. But if things haven't worked out, end things amicably. I believe this makes a difference at this point. Once you've worked on yourself and applied what I've mentioned in this video, send them a message saying, "Thank you," but not a self-centered thank you, rather one that genuinely appreciates everything you've experienced together and is grateful for it. If you do this, in my eyes, you're truly outstanding for 3 reasons. You demonstrate a complete absence of ego. You show that you are a good person. Most importantly, sadly, you transform a moment in which socially you've been programmed to react into a moment in which you respond, a moment in which you control your emotions, the moment you take charge of your life. You have emotional intelligence. And that is the difference between an ordinary person and someone who will leave a lasting impact, because, even if you feel like you've ended things, appreciating the things and people who have been important and have left a mark will improve who you are as a person and attract people similar to you, people with emotional intelligence who know how to handle those moments, people with emotional intelligence who know how to manage those moments, who are far from social programming that incites drama, and who, on the contrary, are free. The paradox is that if you do all this, you will go from wanting to forget that person to having progressed so much as a person that you will want to keep the memory forever. Thank you for staying until the end. I hope I've helped you. If you liked it, please subscribe and leave a comment. See you soon!